thinking out the box, even in a box Chevy. And my favorite art teacher name was Mrs.
How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another commentary over yesterday's workout. Usually I end up filming these on the exact same day, right after my gym session, but yesterday when I came back home I had to go work on a main channel video, so got that done, and here we are today recording the commentary. So overall, this was the final week of my gym powerlifting program, the peak of my programming. I actually ended up training with someone else than I usually do, so I'll leave his Instagram in the description down below. He just posted a bench press PR over on there as well, so be sure to check it out, dude. Me and him, we ended up doing squats and overhead press together. Overall, pretty decent session. We ended up hitting a new PR on one of the lifts. You'll see which one we hit in a moment. 120 kilo. Moved okay, although you'll see when I do 130 after that. 130, it was okay, but not the fastest of lifts. This was my first ever attempt of doing 140 kilo. I've never attempted it before. I put the safety bars on and I squat really deep, so as I was going down, it hit one of the safety bars and it kind of threw me off a bit, but in the end we did not end up hitting that PR on the squat, unfortunately. We're gonna attempt it again because that was my first ever attempt of 140. It didn't go to plan, but it's all good. We did some back down sets after that with just 60 kg. I was kind of doing like some pause reps. Not the result I wanted, but at least on the overhead press we did hit a new PR, which is good. So this is me doing 40 kilo. The guy I was training with, he never even does overhead press, but he was pretty damn strong on the overhead press, surprisingly enough, despite him apparently never even doing this exercise. So for those of you that watched my previous video, as you know, I'm going to be taking over 1 week off from the gym. No compound lift training, no heavy training, no PR attempts for over a week, which I think is good because I've been trying to go for PRs like every single week for the last like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. Yes, we hit a bunch of PRs, which is amazing, but my god, has my body just been like an absolute wreck for the last month or so of these non-stop PR attempts. So it's going to be good to take some time off because I've not had this length of time off from the gym for maybe 5 months, because I did like push-pull legs in the beginning, then upper lower splits, then like one body part per day workouts, and I was going like 5 or 6 days a week to the gym. And now, as you guys know, we're only training 2 days a week, which is pretty damn good. I'm not going to be changing that. And here we have the 70 kg overhead press attempt. Never attempted this before, and we actually hit it. However, as you saw, let me rewind this a little bit. As you saw, we did use maybe a little bit of leg drive, but I feel like my legs moved so little that I think you could still count this as a good lift. Like usually when I go for an overhead press PR attempt, I try to not use my legs to get the weight up and really just try to focus on, you know, like my whole upper body doing all of the work for me. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments what you think of the lift. After the overhead press PR, we ended up doing these like lateral raises, but you go above your head and you don't use dumbbells, you use plates. I saw this Olympic Chinese powerlifter who's like a world champion or something do this exercise, and his shoulders and his back were so developed, and the dude was like mega strong on overhead press or the clean and jerk or whatever exercises he does. I was like, dude, I'm gonna do what that guy's doing, alright? And I've been doing this exercise like every single workout without missing it like once probably, and I can say my shoulder strength has definitely improved so much. Like I remember 2 months ago, I think I attempted a 60 kg overhead press and I couldn't even do it for 1 rep. I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, what the hell? How am I this weak? So I think I came back like 1 week after that and actually hit the 60 kg overhead press because I was just like so triggered. I think I ended up like eating enormous amounts of food, sleeping really well, really just nailing everything for like 1 week straight, came back, hit the 60 kg overhead press like it was nothing. But now, 2 months or so after that, we've added an extra 10 kg to the overhead press. Before we wrap up today's video, I did want to cover a couple of things. One of them, of course, being my training program when we're back in the gym in 10 or so days. That is not going to change. It's still going to be barbell bench press and sumo deadlifts on day 1. Going to have 2 to 3 days off after that to recover. Then we're going to do what we did today, squats and overhead press. And then again, have 2 to 3 days off to recover. And the cycle repeats itself. When I'm going to be back to training, I'm also going to be tracking my daily calorie intake and macronutrient intake, carbs, fats, proteins, and I'm also going to be tracking one of my electrolytes because it's kind of one I want to hit my recommended daily amount of, and that is potassium. It's very hard, in my opinion, to hit your recommended daily potassium intake through your diet, but we're going to give it a go and hopefully hit at least half of the daily recommended intake of potassium through a bunch of different foods that I'll share with you guys in a proper video dedicated to dieting and food. But until then, I think by the end of February we should have one very good session with an elite level powerlifter in the local area. Hopefully we'll learn a thing or two on how to actually get really strong, because the guy is an absolute beast, way stronger than me in every lift by miles. Honestly, can't wait for that session. It's going to be a good time, dude. And yeah, apart from that, I'm going to wrap up today's video here. Thank you for watching as always. Stay tuned for maybe 1 or 2 videos going live on the channel over the coming 10 days. They're not going to be training related. One of them will be about my car, and the other video will maybe be about the upcoming diet that we're going to be on for the next 2 to 3 months. But we'll talk about that in another video. I'll hope to see you in another one soon. Until next time.